Hey, welcome back to Snap Bolt Games. My name is Max, and I'm here with another Pauper League, and it seems like everybody has been loving the Serpentine Curve Bruise. So I'm here with another one, and before I get into this deck and how it came about, let me shout out my channel real quick. As usual, it's youtube.com/snapbolt. There's a link in the description below to subscribe, and below that you can just go to the channel, check it out. Lots of good Pauper content on there. I'm playing some other formats as well. So subscribe if you like my content. It helps me out. I love making these videos and I want to share it with more people. So like this video, subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much. Let's get into this. Okay, like I said, I've been playing a lot of blue-red Serpentine Curve, and it seems like everybody's been liking it. And honestly, I've been having a ton of fun with it. So the blue-red version just plays like Bolt, Scred, maybe some of Braids, and then you just like basically play Curve. But then when I was playing those decks, I was thinking, well, what if I played a version with 4 Thought Scour, 4 Mental Note? And I was like talking about this during the last video, so you can actually even go check that out. Again, I think I played Blue Red Curve 3 times. Um, so there's a couple different versions on my channel of it, but again, I think I played it 3 times. And during the last video, I was like, can I build it with just 4 Thought Scour, 4 Mental Note, and just like make sure on 4 to like reliably have a bigger snake? And I was like, okay, let me just try to build it. So when I started, I was like 4 Scour, 4 Note, 4 Preordain, obviously, 4 Curve, pretty standard like start point to the deck. But then I was like, what else is best friends with Thought Scour Mental Note? And I think that's Gurmag Angler here. Just being a big boy, being able to play it early, I think it's actually pretty solid. I mean, this deck, imagine if you just go like turn 1 Scour, turn 2 like Scour, you're already at 4 cards in the graveyard. And that's just from those. Like, what if it's like, you know, turn 1 Scour, turn 2 Preordain Mental Note or something, not in that order. And then next turn you like play land, and then you just like can likely have Gurmag with Counterspell up. So there, I mean, there's a lot of things you can do. It seems pretty sweet to me. I don't know how this is going to work out. It seems good. Another sweet piece of tech is just Rite of Consumption. It's basically Black Fling. It is a sorcery though, which is massive. The good thing is though, you can just play a snake. If they let it resolve, you have priority. Before you take any other actions, just Rite of Consumption. Just drain them. The other nice thing about this is it helps matchups like Burn, because we can just like maybe sack an Angler to drain for 5. We can also just make like, an 8/8 snake, attack, drain for 8, do stuff like that. So it's 1 Rite of Consumption main, 1 sideboard. Then I'm just playing a bunch of removal. We just have 4 cast down because I think that's just the best removal spell basically in black. Um, 3 snuff out, it could be 4, but I think the life loss does matter because we're kind of a controlling deck. And then 1 Chainer's Edict in the main seems sweet with pieces of the puzzle, just being able to bin it and then flash it back. And it's just nice to be able to find one when you have all these cantrips. Just to be able to find the Chainer's Edict when you need it is pretty massive. And then of course 4 Counterspell. So we do not have Frantic Inventory in this deck because we're a little bit lower to the ground with Thought Scour, Mental Note, Angler, and there's not room for everything. So again, no Frantic Inventory, just 2 Brainstorm. Even when I started building the deck, I had like 4 Preordain, a couple Ponders, a couple Brainstorms. But with Mental Note, Thought Scour, it's like there's only so many cantrips you can realistically play and have enough like actual action cards in the deck. 1 Fumes, because again, just like Chainer's Edict, it's nice to be able to find as the game goes longer. So I like 1 copy main, and that's pretty much the deck. Piece of the puzzle gets a little worse because we have 4 creatures in this version, but I think the trade-off of just being able to play like turn 3 Anglers all the time seems pretty nice. Um, as far as the sideboard, kind of threw this together, but there's some sweet stuff in here. Just double Dispel, 1 Negate for control matchups, triple Hydroblast, double Relic. People are going to say, especially if they don't watch this part of the video, why not Nihilist Spellbomb? You have Angler. And actually, I just like Relic a lot. And we can Angler pretty quickly with Thought Scour Mental Note. And I like the ability of Relic to tap and just make them start exiling cards. That can put a real like sort of pressure on the opponent where Nihilist Spellbomb just sits there. And I like Relic a lot better, and I think it won't cost us too much. Yes, in the late game, if we like pop Relic to draw a card and then top deck an Angler, it's bad, but that situation is going to be rare, and I think Relic is just a lot better than Nihilist Spellbomb. So I'm not worried about like exiling my own yard. too much. And then 2 more fumes go up to 3. It might be too much, but I like it. And I think this card is really going to stand out. Just versus decks that can't really kill Curve or Angler that well, we can even just bring this in. And then you make a big curve, and then you just give it lifelink. That seems insane. Or just playing a fast Angler against Burn and giving it lifelink. Love it. So double Unexpected Fangs here. I think this card, okay, let's not cut one. I think that card's really going to shine. Like I said, the second Rite of Consumption and a couple more Edicts. So that's the deck. I'm really excited to get into this. I made some changes to blue-red curve, but then I was like brewing this and I was like too excited. I was like, okay, I got to play blue-black curve first. So excited to get into this, and I'll see you in round 1. Let's go. All right, welcome to round 1 against Barf. I know we've played this opponent a couple times, and yeah, they have 8 trophies, and I always forgot what they were on, but now I'm calling it. They only play mono white heroic. I think they're on mono white heroic, and I'm gonna snap keep this hand. This hand is great because we have this. This is like the best card in the matchup, and I'm calling it mono white heroic. They only play that. Let's go. Just gonna lead Ice Tunnel. Turn 2, I can double Thought Scour myself basically, and then just play an Angler. Oh wow. Okay, just got crushed there, so never mind. Just totally wrong. All right, there's a curve. Nice. This deck looks sweet, honestly. Just blue-black Fae or blue-black Delver, maybe? I thought they were always on mono-white heroic. And they have basic island, not snow island. Maybe just because they like to play this art. Behold. I mean, it's likely to just be blue-black Delver. I could just play both of my 1-drops now to play around Spell Stutter Sprite. I also have a Snuff Out, but I don't really want to Snuff Out yet. I mean, I can. It helps me against Ninja, and like, I'm not too concerned with a Delver. Why don't I just go Mental Note? I think I am going to Snuff Out this now while they're tapped out. There's a Thought Scour. Okay, well, we already have 2 Anglers. Let's just go kill this now. This could be incorrect, but if they're blue-black Delver, and then their only threats are Delver, Augur, and Angler, and they didn't play a Delver earlier, so just going to do this now. Could be wrong, but I'm doing it. Wow, our SNEK is already an 8/8 just after 2 Thought Scours. We also hit 0 lands in all of those cards, which is good because now we have 18 lands left out of 45. What's the percentage? Can anybody tell me before I can find it? 40% chance per draw to draw a land. Okay, so they just went Preordain and then Foretell Behold. And I do draw a land, but it's an Ash Barrens. So I think I want to go cycle Ash Barrens for Swamp. And then just, I can tap 2 mana, play Angler. And then I have another Angler for next turn. I think getting Swamp here is fine. Because I might want to play multiple black spells next turn. I can also, yeah, I can Thought Scour myself and then just Angler. They have a Behold the Multiverse Foretold here. Let's just do this. Thought Scour myself. And then play an Angler. Another Angler. We just found all 4 Anglers in the top 20 cards. Okay. We also drew a lot of Mental Note and Thought Scours, and they basically need Cast Down or Edict to deal with all these Anglers. Preordain. Not firing off Behold yet. Maybe looking for lands. If they ever tap out and I draw a 4th land, I just get to make a huge snake. Chainer's Edict. I think what I'm going to... I guess I could Pieces of the Puzzle, but that only draws spells. I think what I'm going to do is just tap 3 mana and then exile 4 cards, play Angler. Because that saves cards from my graveyard, considering I have another Angler. Uh-oh. I only have 1 card left. Oh, I thought I tapped this. I was like, why do I only have 1 left? That was just a misclick, and I just wasn't paying attention because I was looking at my graveyard. That sucks. Just gonna act like I have like a 4 spike or something. Now if I'm like one short on this delve, it's just brutal. Okay. Well, I want to draw land. Okay, we don't. Couldn't have cast this anyway. Should have had one more card in the graveyard. So just this is all we can do. It's not like it's bad to just cast pieces here though. I think I already have 2 removal spells. I can just take counterspell plus pieces. Seems good. I'll draw another land eventually. Fleet Admiral, okay. There's another land. I can't play Angler, kill their thing, and leave up counterspell. I can just resolve a Serpentine Curve, but most of the removal kills that, so I don't really love that. I mean, I think I'm just going to play a Gurmag Angler. Now I can just exile my yard, right? Because there's no more anglers. This is the 4th one. And then just leave up 3 mana. I could just even cast another piece of the puzzle, but I think I'd rather just leave up counterspell here. And then next turn I can go kill your blocker, attack with Angler. Yeah, I'm just gonna let this resolve. They might have to chump. I'm not also gonna cast a removal spell end of turn because I want to leave up counterspell. They missed. They have 6 cards in hand. I could just start by attacking. They probably have a removal spell here, like a cast down. Maybe they just don't. Land is good. Let's just start by attacking. Then if they chump, I'll probably just play a Chainer's Edict. And then just still leave up counterspell here. I'm pretty confident they're just blue-black Delver at this point. Oh, of course. Now do I just cast down this? Or do I counter it? I think I just cast down, right? It's annoying if they play Angler, I guess, but I'd rather just save my counterspell. Alright. They're just making a bunch of blockers. Another Augur, wow. Brainstorm. So they have Brainstorm Preordained in hand. They have the Monarch. I get to make a snake here if I want. I can also just resolve pieces. Let's just start by attacking. They have to keep chumping this Angler. I think I'm just going to play pieces with counterspell up. Could have fetched first, I suppose. I don't know if it's better. All right, just pass the turn. I guess I could have snuff out now, like I did earlier in the game. But I can just snuff out for life pretty much at any point. Fairy Seer. Not going to counter it. I want to save my counterspell for like removal spells or to protect my snakes even. Bottom, bottom. I mean, they've had the Monarch for a long time. That is rough. I think I actually just get Island here. No rush on playing this Snuff out yet. Dot Scour. So I have 6 mana. So I think I'm just going to attack and then play a snake. Seems good. They can chump this if they want. They choose to chump it. And then I'm just going to play a snake here. Could try to find a land off Preordain. Is that worth it to have more lands? I think it actually, well, then I have to top a land. Let's just not. It's just snake. All right, 16-16. Snuff out the snake. I think I just fight now. They're probably going to be able to fight back, but I could just hold up counterspell for this because they might have like multiple snuff outs. Can just fight later. All right, I'm just gonna fight later. Rainstorm. Do I want to snuff out their fairy right now so I don't get ninja'd? I think I do actually. They can't have counterspell up right now for this. Dispel? I don't want to get ninja'd here. I can just remove this. Then they have to just keep playing like blockers for this. It is weird to fight over just a random fairies here. I don't know. I just don't want to get ninja'd. They can't flashback Edict yet. I have an Edict as well. They've had the Monarch like this entire game. Gurmag, okay. Couldn't snuff out and kill that anyway. There's Rite of Consumption, okay. So now if I can resolve a curve, I can win. Because then I can just Rite of Consumption my snake. So now actually if I had another land, it would be really beneficial. Let's see. I actually have to count here because now do I actually have enough? I mean, if they're just gonna counter the snake though. They might not because they might just try to play a removal spell on it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So it is enough. I just don't have counterspell up as well. I think I'm just gonna go for it. I guess they could counter the Rite of Consumption, which would be bad. So it's not really a fling. They're gonna have counterspell, right? I don't want to just sack my snake without eating a removal, so I didn't really think this through. I should have just preordained. Do I just go for it? They have to have exactly counterspell, but they haven't played any yet. They played 0 counterspells in the top half of their deck. Like they're so likely to have it. Maybe this was just bad. They can flashback an Edict, but if they do, then they tap out. I'm just gonna pass, pretend I have counterspell up. I'm just not gonna attack. Now they can just snuff out. Yeah, this was just wrong. It's just so likely that they have counter. This not being like an instant like fling is just massive. Because if it's fling, then in this situation, you can just play this and then wait for them to play a removal spell and then you try for fling. It just makes it so much better. I just shouldn't have played Snake. I should have just preordained and tried to set up like Snake with counterspell and then Rite of Consumption with counterspell or something like that. I mean, I can still do that later. I have 2 snakes left, but not going to attack. Just going to pass. They pay 4 life for snuff out. I'll just tank here, even though obviously I can't counter it. They don't know that. Okay, 12 to 12. And they have cast down. In trouble. Could have just gone for it, but I want to ask them after the match if they had counterspell. I mean, they're just so likely to have it. I guess I can Thought Scour them now. Thorn, double Monarch, sure. Play around Edict. So I'm gonna Thought Scour them. They mill land. Not great for me. Brainstorm. All right, let's lead on that. So I can shuffle 2 cards away with Preordain. I can also just put these 2 lands on top and then pieces of the puzzle. And yes, I'm not as likely to hit 2 spells, but I think it's worth it. This is just going to get countered. Yeah, I'm just getting controlled here. I guess now I can go for cast down on Angler because they don't have double glue up. I wonder if they didn't have counterspell and I just punted by not just going for right. I mean, I can always do that in the future, but they literally haven't played a counter yet. It's just insane. I'm at 7, they're at 12. They have a Chainer's Edict in the yard still, so when I do go for my next stake, I'm just going to have to go for Rite of Consumption. Go to 6. Oh, Ninja. Makes sense. Played around that earlier. I'm just kicking myself like, oh, you should have just gone for the snake. Okay. Can Edict next turn, but now it's not going to be enough. All right, let's bottom these lands. Counterspell. Okay. I think, do I just counter a Thorn if they play it? If I draw another land plus a snake, I can have snake plus counter plus Rite of Consumption, but it's just, I mean, they just have the Monarch for too long here. They have only 18 cards left in library. I'm going to fight over this if they counter it. Now they played 2 counter spells. They have another one? Yeah. Okay, so now I have to just hope they don't have Spell Stutter here. I go to 1, and then I hope to draw Snake, and then not have them have the 4th counterspell. And then I just go Snake, Rite of Consumption. They're even relatively likely to have the 4th at this point. Bottom, bottom. Okay. They draw an extra card. So they know the bottom 2 cards are probably not counterspell. They have 15 cards left in library, and they have 5 cards in hand. Yep. Incredible if we top deck Snake and win here. We have 2 snakes left. If I'm not mistaken. Oh no, I milled 1 snake. 1, 2. No, there's 2 snakes left out of 16. Come on, snake. Brutal. GG. I think the turn I played snake, I just messed up and I didn't go for this. I mean, I'm pretty confident they had it. They said, are you recording? Yep. I'm asking if they had counterspell on the second snake. Glad to hear it. Love it. I'm not sure if they're going to answer me. It's up to them. Yeah, I mean, I figured. Sorry for your bad English. Their English has been perfect. Okay. So definitely want negate double dispel. I don't think I want a relic. Um Chainer's Edict, interesting. It's not as good against Fae as it is against Delaware because they just have small fairies floating around. It is like an inherent 2-for-1, but I don't know how great it is. I'm bringing in 3 counter spells. What do I take out? I can take out 1 pieces, but it is kind of like a good value play. Oh, and maybe I want even more fumes. Maybe not all 3. Maybe 2 is the right number. I can actually take out a Snuff Out because it doesn't, no, it kills just too much stuff. It's just too important. I think I have to just cut some cantrips here. I also don't want to mill myself too much because then I can just mill out like I almost did in that game. Just cut a couple mental notes. Could just cut 3 mental notes and go a little bit slower. Like I'm going to be able to cast these anglers anyway. This matchup isn't about like speed as much. Maybe I don't even board out pieces and I just board out quad mental note. Again, these blue matchups, you often end up milling out. Like you need to stock your deck with maximum value. I can still keep 4 Thought Scour, even to Thought Scour them or me. 1 Rite of Consumption, I think 1 is fine. Could bring in the second one to play around removal spells a little bit better. Uh, it's hard to get them through counter spells, but I'll do it. I think that's a good way to win. Just go Snake Rite of Consumption with the spell up. This hand's not great, but I'm going to keep. I don't really like going down on cards in these just super grindy matchups. If they have like a super fast ninja, I'm going to be crushed, but I think this hand is good. Just going to get my island. And then I'll probably just Preordain even. Another island. That's good. No need to brainstorm yet. Negate and Ice Tunnel. These both seem good to me. Just draw them both. I wanted more lands here. All right, Augur of Belost. Scary. They missed. Good for me. I can just resolve pieces of the puzzle. It's not bad. And then I can potentially get ninja'd, but I mean, that's true regardless. I think I'm just going to do it. Okay, nice. So I think I just take Curve plus Snuff Out, because then I can just Snuff Out this now while they're tapped out, and then prevent them from ninjaing me. Can't really just take double Curve. I think I need to do this. Yeah, pieces into Snuff Out is a pretty sweet play. I got to keep that in mind as the league goes on. Swamp into another Augur. Nothing. Okay. Definitely not jamming a Curve on 4, that's for sure. So I think I'm just going to play Ice Tunnel pass, and then I can always go Brainstorm Thought Scour myself if there's cards I want to put back. Spell Stutter Sprite. I could just Fumes this like on my turn while they're tapped out, and then again they can't get Ninja going because I'm pretty sure that's what they're trying to do. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Okay. I like that line. I don't have more removal spells yet anyway. There's Dispel, nice. So now I can just Thought Scour myself and then play a Snake with this spell up. But then they can just Spell Stutter my Thought Scour, which is annoying. Why don't I just play a Snake? Oh no, I can only play a Snake with the spell up, so I'm just like talking out my ass here. All right, let's just play a Snake. They can't Spell Stutter this. They could negate it, but still just play a 7/7. I'm gonna Dispel a cast down here. Oh, Spell Stutter Sprite. Okay. So they can get a ninja hidden, finally. Okay. Looks like they're just tight on lands, though. Nope, never mind. Preordain. So I can cast Preordain and then they might Spell Stutter it, and then I can like Brainstorm in response or something. I think that's what I'm gonna do. They just don't even counter it. Interesting. Bottom, top, Preordain. There's Snuff Out. Okay, let's not draw Ice Tunnel. Top. Let's just Snuff Out this for life right now. They can counterspell it, I'll just counter back. I can negate And the gate can counter like a Bonder's Ornament or something as well, but it does cost 2 mana. I think I'll just Dispel with better art. Okay, they just F6'd. Interesting. And I still have Negate. Have a 7/7, so it's a 3-turn clock. Preordain resolves. Again, they're tight on mana, so I want to fight over the action spells here. Surprised they just didn't go for Spell Stutter on my Preordain. I guess they're thinking like, if I'm going for Preordain, I can probably protect it. Why would I just go for Preordain into Spell Stutter? And they're obviously a really good player, so they know what they're doing. Negate that. Okay, now I'm going to go Brainstorm, and then I can Thought Scour myself, shuffle away these 2 extra lands with Thought Scour. I'll just take another island, I think, actually. Thought Scour myself, mill those 2 cards, draw another land. I'm just gonna cycle this now and then play land. And then attack for 7. And they probably have another removal spell, and then we're kind of in a bad spot. Got a little flooded here. Okay, they're not playing anything yet. Are they gonna upkeep? No. Why'd they let me draw a card? They don't have anything? Oh, they're just gonna chump? Okay. Let that happen. I'm gonna play another land and pass. Another Spell Stutter. Okay, nothing I can do. They're pretty far away from flashing back Edict. They play Ash Barrens. Interesting. Ninja me. I'm assuming that's what's going to happen here. Okay. I guess I just start the turn by attacking. Okay, well, they're going to have to flash and Spell Stutter if they didn't draw a removal spell for this. Okay. I guess I could have Thought Scoured in response to this. Probably should have. Thought Scour them? I think so. My snakes are already plenty big enough, and I don't want to mill out. Duress and Ninja. Brainstorm. They have Dispel. Edict your Ninja. And I'll just keep that land in hand. Oh, I should not have 6. Okay, well, they're down to 2. They have 2 cards left. And they play a Monarch card. Ugh. Monarch is just so good. I was about to add a couple Thorns, and I was like, oh, I'm so controlling. I don't need Thorn. All right, let's just play land. Chainer's Edict you. I guess I don't need to Thought Scour right now. I can just Thought Scour them on upkeep. I guess I'll just wait. Yeah, I'll just wait. I am going to start Thought Scouring them, though, because I don't, especially with Monarch, it's possible that we mill them out. Not likely, but possible. Again, could have done this on my turn, not on their upkeep, but not Spell Stutter. Behold the multiverse right now. Interesting. 2 top. And then they let that resolve. Because they don't want to draw cast downs. Oh no, they drew the 2 cards. What am I talking about? Okay. See, Red Up Consumption sucks compared to Fling. I feel like this is just going to get counterspelled anyway. Guess I'll do 1 less. They milled 2 cast downs. 1, 2, 6, 7. All right, I'm just going for it. They have it. Okay. The problem is They had a Chainer's Edict in the yard. Augur. Not Counterspell. Anything but Counterspell. I still think this deck is sweet. It's playing out pretty well. There's Echoing Truth. Okay. It's good against SNEK. Echoing Truth Augur. Okay. Going for value. Literally just hit a spell and then just what they put in, they put no cards into their hand. We draw Counterspell. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna get ninja'd here probably though. Don't do it, opponent. Nice. Gurmag. I think I'm just gonna kill this on upkeep. Interesting, interesting. They're drawing a lot of lands, but they had the Monarch. Okay. Classic Rite of Consumption. Augur, no Counterspell again. Counterspell. Okay, well that was the third one, so they're bound to hit at some point. Counterspell, nice. Now I need to draw Angler or SNEK, and then I have the combo with Counterspell backup, but they have a Counterspell, so if they need two Counterspells, but now they can also have Spell Splitter Sprite. Disgusting. Duress? No. Okay, Gurmag. Alright, well I have to find it this turn or I die. Blue-Black Fae is just so strong. So SNEK or Angler off the top for a chance, but they can only have one Counterspell, which we already know about one, so they can't have any more. What's going on? Thought I clicked okay. Okay, GG's. GL. Barf's a really good opponent. I think they've beaten me like most of the time I've played them. I made a small mistake in game one when I played the SNEK, so that was kind of brutal. 0-2 against Barf with 8 trophies, so good player to lose to. Fun match, just kind of got crushed there. Let's go round 2. All right, welcome to round 2 against Centinea. His hand's great. Snap, keep. Turn 1 Mental Note, hopefully turn 2 Edict, turn 3 Angler, maybe. Turn 3 Pieces. Probably can't Angler on 3, but this deck is sweet. Yeah, the Blue-Black Fae is definitely putting this deck to the test. Okay, it's Walls. Edict may or may not be that good against them. I'll just Mental Note myself end of turn. So with 2 Thought Scours or Mental Notes, I can play a turn 2 Angler here, which I might do. Oh yeah, Mental Note does not target. I can just go Mental Note myself, play Angler. They only have 2 cards left, then I start getting pressure down. I mean, it's not that often you get to turn 2 Angler. Let's do it. Turn 2 Angler in Pauper, no Lotus Petal used. Just not even any cards wasted because I drew a card off each of those Mental Note. Turn 2 Angler with 6 cards in hand and one of them's Counterspell. Winding Way. Okay, well, obviously I wanted to counter that, but oh, they hit 4 cards. Ugh. Brutal. Now I need to find a removal spell for this, like a Snuff Out. All right. So they played both of these. They have a ton of mana, and they do have red mana for a boarding party. I can just leave up a counterspell this turn. This is where Chainer's Edict is not good. They can sack a Tinderwall to play Rebel Fort plus boarding party, They have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana, so they can play both of those. I feel like I just want to try to counter one of them, like counter the boarding party. Hope their cascade is just a random wall. If they try to like play a draw spell, I can counter that. And then find a removal spell for this. Are they just not going to play Rebel Fort? I feel like what they could do is just tap Caretaker, tap Tinderwall. I'm not sure. I guess they're just playing Boarding Party first. They can just play Rebel Fort later, I guess. See what the cascade is. It's a Rebel Fort. Okay. So I'm going to let Rebel Fort resolve, and then I'm just going to counter Boarding Party, as weird as that is. I have to basically hope for no more draw spells from them. One out of their 3 cards is Rebel Fort. Another Boarding Party. And they hit Lead the Stampede. Well, their draw is good. I could have left up Counterspell on 2, and then they Winding Way drew 4 cards. So pretty brutal here. I had a turn 2 Angler, but just doesn't even really do anything. Okay. So they have these 4 cards in hand. They're hitting for 6. I could also just stay back. Pieces of the puzzle. I want to hit Snuff Out. I can even snuff out this. Okay, well, just entirely missed. There's Cast Down. I'm gonna have to take the Cast Down. I think I just have to stay back and trade. I just don't know if I have time for this preordain. I think I'm just gonna bottom top and then pass. I need to block here, save my life total so I can find Snuff Outs and cast them for life. Okay. We know they have these 2 elves. They're gonna play Rebel for it, and we just don't know 1 card from their hand. It's probably nothing, is my guess, because they would play a draw spell before playing all these, right? At least before playing these. But who knows? Who knows? There's Rebel Fort. And then now they're going to play a draw spell or something. They'd have to sack this to play a Dino, but if they have that, they should. I'm definitely going to block. And we have 1 card left. And we drew a counterspell. Nice. So now I can just cast down this. And yes, they have 2 power in play, but that's it. I'm just going to do this. Cast down this to take them off a lot of mana. And then I have counterspell for like a draw spell. And I can Thought Scour myself or them. Probably myself. How big is my snake right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, I need it to be 15, so I definitely want to Thought Scour myself. Boarding Party, that's annoying. Into what? Into Overgrown Battlement. Now the choice is like, do I give them a 6/3 or do I give them mana? I think I give them mana, as bad as that is. If they have a draw spell, they do, but I think I'm going to counter this. I feel like if they had a draw spell last turn, they would have played it. And if I draw a targeted removal spell, I can still kill this if I want. I'm going to Thought Scour myself. There's a cast down. Nice. Probably will kill the Overgrown Battlement and a counterspell. Huge. I guess they can cast pretty much anything in their deck. Maybe I just don't care about their mana. Keep the, like, maybe I shouldn't have killed this. Because I can counter a draw spell, and then if they play like another boarding party or dino, I can just cast down that. I also do want to play a pieces this turn. Just hope they don't have another boarding party exactly. All right, let's do it. Can also potentially find like Snuff Out. Right of Consumption plus Snake. Let's go. I need that right of consumption, so I have to take that 100%. I wish Snake just said how big it was on the card, so I don't have to just count over and over and over. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I have to double check because it was like hard to count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So it's a 15, 15. So I just need to draw a land. What is this? Let's count one more time. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. They have 0 cards in hand, so any land I draw, I just win. They have 3 power. That's the thing about Wall is a lot of their cards, since they don't apply pressure, if you pick apart like their combo pieces, you can actually just like do pretty well. Like now, like any like, you know, Rebel Fort, Overgrown Battlement, Axebane Guardian from this point doesn't do anything. So even though they went off early in the game, if you pick apart their key pieces, it's not that hard to stop them. Okay, well, there is a land. Is there any downside to me playing Snake? And I think just playing pieces of the puzzle is better because I can hit a counterspell to not die. So I'm just going to do that. Pieces plus Mental Note. I'll take them and pass. I could Mental Note right now, but I guess it's better if I draw Preordain into like Snuff Out or something, but whatever. All right, there's Fumes. Quarian. Okay, so that's game. Nice. Now I just curve plus right of consumption. Got game 1 here. That's huge. This matchup is decent just because we have a lot of removal that actually kills their walls. And there's a Snuff Out. Don't even need to play it. $20. Let's go. Okay. They saw the writing on the wall. Another right of consumption is decent. I can bring in actually even negate to counter their draw spells, but it's a little bit loose because then if they just play a bunch of creatures and I don't have the negate at the perfect time, it's just not that good. I think I want this. I feel like Angler is bad. I just want to be on the Snake Life this game. I think like 1 copies of Fumes is probably the right number. Could even just bring in Edicts just to like keep their creature count down. They have a lot of creatures that don't matter that much though. That's the problem. Again, I think Angler just isn't that good. Like we played a turn 2 Angler and it essentially felt like it just didn't do anything. I guess it traded with something. But Chainer's Edict trades with something random and it's you could just do this, just bring in 1 Edict. I mean, Cast Down and Snuff Out is really where I want to be. Unexpected Fangs is decent. They're probably, if they have the combo, they're going to bring that in. But if they don't have the combo sideboard plan, just playing a big snake and then going Fangs on my snake seems like pretty insane. Like, can they beat like a gain 15 life? I don't know. Just don't know if that's where I want to be in this matchup, you know? I just want to be playing a fast big snake, and then I can just start like being the abyss basically, play removal spells on their key cards. I wonder if I just side out Angler entirely and bring in like unexpected things and just try to like combo. I mean, I think I would rather just go for a Rite of Consumption here. Just obviously better to kill them than to just like than to gain 15 or something. Wonder if I want second fumes. Let's just try it. Again, Angler can just block a boarding party. I can just play like a turn 2 Angler again or a turn 3 Angler and start attacking, counter their stuff. Eventually they have to start chumping it. Their draw was actually pretty decent, especially considering that they drew 4 off the Winding Way, which was actually pretty insane. I'll keep this. I just don't think we can really afford to mulligan hands like this. I'm not going to snuff out this. And I want to just get this tap land down. Don't want to crack it yet because I want them to be like maybe scared of a get swamp, play snuff out, but it looks like they're on a 1-land draw here. It'd be just so good for me if they just like sack Tinderwall to play like any creature. Basically, like if they want to play an X-Bane Guardian or an Overgrown Battlement, they sack Tinderwall to do that. It just helps me so much. They untap. Play another 1-drop? No, they are doing it. Nice. Okay. This is just great for me. So I just get Island, and then I just play Edict, and I play Snuff Out. This is why Edict is good, just in these type of situations. They sack this, then I snuff out this now, then they have just 1 land. Okay, nice. Just played the blue-black control game, just played 2 removal spells, and they had a kind of an awkward draw where they had to do this, and they were just stuck. So nice. Beat defenders. That matchup actually, again, seems pretty reasonable, just because 3 snuff out, 4 cast down, kills all their Overgrown Battlements and Axebane Guardians, and then you have counter spells, and like, we do this big late game kind of like them, so let's go round 3. Barf was just too strong on UB Faye. Man, oh man. I always say hey to this guy or to this girl. I don't know who they are, but I always just say hey, and I don't think they like ever respond. Drake to play first, yes. This hand is not that good. So let's keep. Should I do it now? No. Okay. Land. And drew another land. Okay, it's pretty much the opposite of the worst possible thing I could have seen. All right. So I brainstorm right now. Probably put 2 lands back. Okay, there's double curve. I'm just gonna have to put these lands back. Like I can put back double Ash Barrens and then go Island, Thought Scour myself. Mill both lands. I mean, I kind of want one of these lands, but I'm just gonna mill both of them. All right, there's another land. Nice. I feel like they're probably just on bully. I only have 3 spells in the yard right now, but I did convert my draw into something like palatable. Okay, Faithless Looting. They played it correctly, waiting till the land was in hand to loot. They discard it. Interesting. All right, that's Preordain. Bottom, top, tap land, go. Then I'll just mental note myself. And then I can just start tapping out for snakes. Because their removal is, yeah, they have a couple of journeys usually, but mostly their removal is bolts. So as long as I have pretty big snakes, it's going to be tough. There's Seeker of the Way. Okay, I can cast down that. Might just wait and just like snake a little bit later because I have all these spells to play. I can play like 3 spells this turn. Seems good to me to wait. So I could just kill this now. What else do I really want to cast down? I don't know the real benefit of doing it now. Maybe it's incorrect, but I'm going to. Pretend like I have Counterspell. I'll probably go Brainstorm, Thought Scour, Battle Screech. Yep, and they get to flash it back. So they're going to have a bunch of chump blockers for my snake here. Now my snake's actually going to be a pretty reasonable size. Let's go Brainstorm. Okay, there's Rite of Consumption. Nice. I want to keep both snakes for sure. I could actually, I mean, I kind of want like all the cards in my hand here. I mean, I guess I can just mill one of these counter spells because I don't think I'm really going to have time to play it. I kind of want this land too, but I think I just go put these back and then Thought Scour myself, as weird as that is. There's a cast down, okay. I don't even know how big this snake is, but I just don't really want to count. $12, okay. I could die to like, I guess they can't play double Rally the Peasants. So they probably are going to start chumping the snake. No journey one time. If they have a journey, I'm kind of in trouble because I don't really want to just play another snake, although I could. Again, it's kind of like the Abyss where they have to just keep chumping it. So they're going to chump with Thraben. I would bet they're going to chump with Thraben. And then I could just play another snake. Let's go land, attack. And then I have like 2 creatures that they have to block. But I do not have a counter spell. Oh, they take? Okay, well, they're just dead. Oh, Strands named Blue. Okay, that's annoying. I guess I can cast down this right now and then counter the Strands. And then I'm 1 mana short. I'm 1 mana short. Let's see. Cast down this, counterspell the Strands. Then they just have a Strands in the yard. I think I'm just letting this resolve, playing a Gurmag Angler, and then leaving up cast down and counterspell, because then if they just leave 1 creature up for Strands, I'm able to blow them out with a cast down. I could also just play another snake. But against Strands, I think I'd rather take this line. Whatever, doesn't really matter. Guess I could have played a snake also there, but again, I think I'd rather do this. Hawk. They only have 2 cards left. I think I'm just going to counter this. I just don't want to get kind of like chunked out by Squadron Hawks. They crack Clue. Okay. I do have a cast down if they only leave back 1 creature for Strands. Okay, well, I'm going to cast down their Thraben right now. I think they're just thinking I need to like go and just Firebolt. Okay. Well, they're just dead. Dead to this. Firebolt's a cool one, though. That probably means they have a Thrilling Discovery. Oh, wow. I thought they had 0 cards in hand after that Firebolt. I don't know how I made that mistake. Okay, well, now I have counter plus right. They have 0 cards as well. So they just flash back without blocking. Okay, they blocked. And then are they just not going to strands here? They are going to strands. So they're going to strands name blue. Just going to let this resolve. So they have a Faithless Looting. I would die to like looting, flashback looting into Rally the Peasants, because then this would be 12 damage. So I do need to leave up Counterspell here. They're at 17. I feel like they're going to attack with all their birds. Crack Clue. Thought I had this game for sure. Journey to Nowhere. Just counter it. Well, they cannot attack with this. And they leave back a bird. That's a good sign for me. If I draw a land, I can probably just go Serpent plus, right? I'm not going to count. I just don't want to count it like infinite times. So if they go chump chump, I mean, that's good for me as well. They have a Firebolt in the yard. They only have 2 mana up, so no strands from them here. Preordain. All right, let's just lead on that. Another Angler. Does that even do anything? I think I just don't even care. Just bottom. Attack. I go chump, take 5. Okay, well now they just die to a Right of Consumption. Nice. The one Right of Consumption has felt like you do need the one. It's a lot worse than Flame, but in this list, I think you want it. All right, Fumes coming in. Negate, I think, coming in. Relics coming in. Don't think I want Dispel. I mean, second Right of Consumption is also not bad because I guess they have Pyroblast and Pyroblast to counter the curve. I can just have the one. Cast Down is also pretty bad. I mean, I know they have a Seeker of the Way, but that's like the only card I want to cast down, and I might be able to just ignore it. I also have Snuff Out here. I don't really like this targeted removal against them. I probably want some number of targeted removal spells. Can just go triple cast down. Maybe 2 and 1. I don't hate this. And again, I can bring in second Right of Consumption. You'd really want Fumes for Squadron Hawk and Battle Screech. You just don't really care about Bravens. Seeker of the Way is annoying, but I think most of the time it's better just to ignore it. Don't really want to try to dispel just bring Dispel against Strands. That does not seem like a good plan. Hydroblast I don't love in this matchup. Most of their spells are white. Is 3 removal spells enough? Also, Gurmag Angler is not great, but I think it's good to have. I'd rather have Gurmag Angler than Cast Down any day. Fangs and Right are interesting, like I was saying. They can't actually counter Right of Consumption, so I think I'm actually going to bring it in. What do I take out? Just like a Mental Note or like a Brainstorm or something? I do want at least 3 targeted removal spells. That's like the minimum, I think. Could board out 1 Angler because it's not like that insane. All right. Let's try this. Definitely like Relic to deal with like Strands and Battle Screech and all that stuff. Yeah, I mean, triple island quad cantrip, sure. Classic turn 1 Thraben. Like I can brainstorm right now, but I might as well just preordain first, right? Bottom, top, go. And then next turn I can go brainstorm mental note. Maybe this list should be 4 brainstorm too, because brainstorm mental note is really strong. And of course they have Seeker. So we have 3 targeted removal spells in our deck. We don't find one, we just find Fumes. Let's just mill Island plus. I was looking for removal spells, obviously, like a Snuff Out. I guess I only have 1. Could have just left up Counterspell, but I chose not to. All right, there's Rite of Consumption. I mean, when you're milling lands, you're not milling spells for Snake, but it's still pretty good, I think. Just to get those lands out of there, draw more spells. I thought they could have those type of effects. Could have gotten rid of this Fumes as well. Okay, there's an Angler. I cannot play Angler with Counterspell up, which I think against their draw I really do want to do. So I think I'm just going to play Island pass the turn, because then I can go Thought Scour myself and Counterspell in this turn. And then next turn I can go Swamp Angler. And I'll just have to take damage here. Crack Clue. Love to see it. They have 5 cards in hand. They attack for 3. No lifelink. Interesting. And they just don't do anything. Thought Scour me. Gurmag plus Ice Tunnel, and there's a curve. Okay. Evolving Wilds. Sure. I guess I could have cycled Suffocating Fumes. Should have done that. That was a mistake. Play Gurmag, have Counterspell up. They're only on 3 mana, so even if they draw land, I guess if they draw land, Battle Screech, it's kind of bad. I have to counter it. Float 1, play Garrison. Faithless Looting. Just have to let it resolve. They have a 3/4. Can they play 2 more spells though? Probably not. They already played a land as well. Where's our relics at? God, why does Serpentine Curve just not say like 6 right here? That'd be nice. Lightning Bolt Strands, and then Journey to Nowhere. Counter. I don't want to just keep getting whacked by Seeker of the Way. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, they have Strands? Duh. I mean, I'm fine with this. They trade Strands for Angler and gain 5. I was like, what are they doing? But, I mean, getting that Strands out of the yard is pretty good for me, I think. All right, now we have to actually count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's only a 6/6 snake. And I don't have Counterspell up with it. Next turn I can play Snake with counter up. What is the chance that they have like another journey? Relatively high. I'm at 12 though. Let's just cycle this, which I should have done earlier. There's a mental note. I could mental note now, but then I have to play Island. I could just play Evolving Wilds and then crack it and then mental note myself end of turn and then play land and then yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna pass. Is the other swamp milled? No. I have to keep open my exile and my graveyard with this deck. because I have to just count over and over. Battle Screech. If it is, I'm just going to counter it for sure, because they can't actually flash it back right here. Thraben first and then Battle Screech. Ugh. So I can still counter this Battle Screech, and then they just flash it back. My snake is just not going to be anywhere near big enough to fight. I mean, I guess I kind of have to just counter this. Just too much pressure. I'm at 12 already. Let's do it. They only have 2 cards left, but they can flash back a Battle Screech right now. They have a card on the table. I'm going to just crack this for Swamp, and then Mental Note on my turn, and then play Snake. So they're just attacking rather than Screech this turn. Okay, I go to 8. They have 2 cards left. There's Angler, which is actually pretty good. Let's go Mental Note. Pieces of the Puzzle. That's really interesting. So I have up to 5 mana here. I mean, I want to play Pieces of the Puzzle before Snake, but at the same time, I want to just play 2 threats. I can just draw another Serpentine Curve, especially off this next turn. All right, let's go. 10-10 plus 5-5. Go. They can flashback Screech. They're at 32 as well from Seeker. Just play another Battle Screech from hand. And I can't even Fumes them. Oh, play Palace Sentinels. Interesting. Then play land. 1 card left, plus Clue on the table. And flashback Screech. I don't even think I can attack with both, because then I'm just going to die on the crackback. I mean, I'm pretty close to that anyway. Probably have to attack with Fractal, though. I can just take 10. Feels bad when my 10-10 is just way too small. Let's go Pieces. Brutal. Take these 2. I'm going to attack here. I can cast down the Seeker, but I cannot Fumes. If they find Rally the Peasants, I'm just super dead. I don't think I can really play around that. I need to just start crashing in with my 10-10. Okay, they chump. Is there any reason to cast down right now? I don't think so. We'll see if there is, but again, I don't think there is. I think I do like the blue-red version more than this, but this has been really fun to try. All right. Just cast down there, block here. Do they have Rally? Yes. Couldn't have beat that even with Counterspell because they just can flash it back. They got me that time. They got me that time. I didn't see any Pyroblasts. I basically just died to Seeker of the Way. Should I bring in like 1 more? I mean, I can just... It's just like annoying. They're bringing in like Lumithread fields or whatever that's called just to counter this Fumes. Fumes still has to be good enough. What if I draw 2 Fumes and I'm able to cast them both in the same turn? Just board out like 1 Mental Note or Brainstorm or Preordain or something. Wonder if I should not have blocked the Seeker with the Gurmag. I mean, Strands would have been a problem in the future anyway, I feel like. Alright, let's go. We got this. Alright. Game 3 against Mana Man. Let's go. Oh, God. This is exactly why I don't like Brainstorm that much in this format. You don't have like in Legacy when you have like 10, 12 fetch lands, it's so much different. Am I supposed to keep? I mean, these fumes aren't even that good early. I think I'm just gonna mull, try to get a better hand. Okay. Well, this is infinitely better. I'm so glad I mulled. Let's keep. Do I just have to put back this swamp, as awkward as that is? I think so. I want to keep all my other cards. I want to keep this Brainstorm. Just gonna lead Tunnel, pass. Plenty of time on the clock. Raven. There's a Preordain. Right, just gonna pass. And Preordain next turn. Could even Brainstorm end of turn if I want. I think I'm actually gonna do. If they go Land Seeker, I'm definitely gonna counter it. I think I'm just gonna counter this too. It's kind of annoying. Another Gurmag. It's Preordain. Top. Gonna Brainstorm right now. I mean, I guess I can Brainstorm Thought Scour at any point. I'll just pretend like I have another counterspell. I'll Brainstorm Thought Scour at the end of their turn, because we know the top card is Thought Scour here. Just taking one. And I can play an Angler next turn with Negate up. They just crack Clue. Wow. It's not that scary. Go to 21. Brainstorm. I guess I just put back. I guess I kind of want Negate, right? I guess I can put back one Angler and a Thought Scour. Do I keep the Cast Down? I guess I'm just putting back Cast Down. Thought Scour myself. I was gonna say, do I Preordain looking for lands? But I already have a land now. I'm gonna keep both of these. Top. Land, Angler, leave up Negate. For Journey. And I got rid of the other Angler just because my yard wasn't that big right now. This is looking decent. I mean, they have 8 cards in hand, but I can just make a relatively big snake here. We know the top card is Right of Consumption. I kind of want to draw that. I guess I'm just not going to Thought Scour on their end of turn. Don't really want to Thought Scour them. I'd rather untap, draw right, Thought Scour myself. I guess maybe that's wrong. See, hopefully I'm just able to like cast Negate on a Battle Screech or something here. Oh, Palace Sentinels. Okay. I think I Thought Scour them. Because I want to draw Right of Consumption pretty bad, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is going to be an 8/8. Maybe I just make a bigger snake rather than Right of Consumption. All right. Just going to ignore it. I'm also not going to be able to leave up Negate. Well, all right, now just play land, attack, and then play pieces of the puzzle. They're going to chump. I'm going to leave up Negate again. I think it's worth. All right, nice. I could take Counterspell plus Fumes because then that really protects me against like Battle Screech and Squadron Hawk and stuff. And it just like really prevents them from just chumping my stuff like indefinitely. And I can always cycle it. Now if I just draw a land, I'm in great shape. Because I have curve with counters up. That was a pretty bold Palace Sentinels. I mean, I guess they can have strands. It's just Journey to Nowhere. I'm just going to negate it. I want to have a creature in play to threaten to take this. Loomer Thread Fields. I'm just going to let that resolve. I can cycle this if there's nothing else I want to counter. I don't really care that I can't Fumes. Could have just countered it, but they were obviously leading on that. I'm just going to counter this. I only have 1 mana left. I guess they could have had Pyroblast, but they don't. I can cycle this at some point. Ash Barrens. Okay, we're gonna go start just by attacking and then play land, play curve with negate up. Again, and then if they just like Battle Screech or something, I just get to negate it. All right, make a 14/14. We have 19 power. They are at 21, so we don't have a 1-turn clock, but it's easy negate on this Battle Screech. They're just deciding how to tap or something. Oh. Counter this. And I'm probably going to be able to take the Monarch here as well. Hawk. Sure. They can chump my Fractal. Okay, no Pyroblast, thank God. I mean, I guess why would they play it after Hawk? That doesn't make sense. So we know about triple Hawk. They discard 1 and a Battle Screech. So they have 2 Hawks in hand. They draw a card for Monarch. And there's Snuff Out. Jeez. I feel like I should just snuff this out, hit for 19. Yeah. Seems good. Guess I could have cycled this first. Counterspell. Okay, that's looking good. And I get to take the Monarch as well. Jeez. Brainstorm. Just brainstorm right now, I suppose. Multiple curves. I'll just 4, 5, 6. I'll just leave them on top of my library. Sweet. 2 lethal threats. Seeker of the Way. Just gonna let it resolve. I mean, this doesn't really do anything, right? And then if they play a Battle Screech here, I'm just gonna go for Counterspell. I don't think they have Pyroblast. I mean, unless they just drew it. Hawk. That resolves. And then if they play their last Hawk, I'm just going to counter that Hawk. And then they can't flashback Screech. I mean, I guess they couldn't anyway. Do I counter this? I guess they get to go chump chump here. And if they flashback Screech, I get to counter that. Maybe I just don't care. They're going to chump chump anyway. And they can potentially take the Monarch though. Just going to counter that. I want to keep their board clear. Wow, they had it. They drew it. Damn. It's pretty bad for me. Okay, well, obviously I'm drawing 2 more snakes. That's good. We're going to chump with Hawk though. Liking my position less. They're chumping with Seeker in order to take the Monarch back. Then they have Strands. We know we're drawing Snake. I guess I shouldn't auto yield. Good thing is I have 2 different colored creatures as well. Discard 2 lands. You do have a Battle Screech in the yard. You're going to play 1 from hand. Okay. Yeah, no strands yet from the opponent. Can't believe they drew the Pyroblast there. That's insane. They didn't take the Monarch. Wow. They're going to chump. I guess they kind of had to take this line. Just going to play land, play snake. Relic. All right, well, that would have been good to have been able to play that turn and just be able to. I guess I wouldn't even do anything, right? Palace Sentinels. Monocolored, but not multicolored like these fractals. Another. Oh, Palace Sentinels take the Monarch. Okay, that makes sense. I mean, these fractals are just massive still. They have to chump them every turn, and anytime I draw a Right of Consumption, it's just game. They have nothing in the yard right now, except I guess they do have a Battle Screech, which they just flash back. They have the Monarch, Right of Consumption. I did side in another one, right? So I can't actually attack with Angler because they can just block with Guardian plus Bird. Thought this game was over, but it's not. I wonder if I want to just draw a card with Relic right now. I think I'm going to. I have a lot of good things I can draw. Let's just pop. Counterspell. Okay. They can't attack with this because then my Gurmag threatens to attack, and they still have to chump both of these every turn. They can definitely get out of this though, especially with like a Strands at 14. If they draw Rally the Peasants, I'm in trouble. Okay, they play a land, that's good for me. They just attack for 1. They draw a card from Monarch. Land. Not ideal. And they just chump. The more this goes on, the better it is for me. I still have a counterspell, but they do have the Monarch. 3-bin Inspector. Don't want to chump plus a free draw. Okay, well, they must have drawn Thraven on their end of the turn and then for turn. Looting. Okay. They don't have that many cards to work with. 2 of them are lands. Jeez. And Boros Garrison. Wow, that was pretty bad for them. Flashback looting. Their only card in hand is the land. So they can, if they find Pyroblast, they can deal with my 21. My 21 Savage. Fumes. Do I just cycle right now? Doesn't really do anything. Mental Note. Let's fire it off. Mill Curve and Fumes. Would have loved to draw Curve. Again, the more they have to do this, the better. Because now I have 3 lethal creatures. They basically need Pyroblast. Oh, God. Just more chump blockers. They drew 2 Battle Screeches? Oh, no. I have a second rights, correct? Yeah. Somewhere. Somewhere in the bottom 19 cards. Wow, I'm in trouble here. They just Play it in flashback, double battle screech. I can't believe I'm losing this. Right? Come on. Man, I thought I had this locked up. When I just countered the random like hawk or something and then they pyroblasted. Oh god, that hurt. They can even have strands now. Okay, they're playing it safe, leading back 4 blockers, but I go to 9. They're gonna have to block if they don't have pyroblast. Seeker of the Way, sure. Another Seeker, man. Just gonna hope they don't have strands if I draw whatever, the fling. Come on, deck. Why you gotta do me like that? I think I'm dead on board. Might as well just take out 2 birds. Now if they have any spell, I block one of these, I take 3, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm dead. Dead to any spell. Could have also countered this. Oh god. She got crushed by Mana Man. No spell? Or do they have like rally? Yeah. No? Oh, they have Firebolt? Or Bolt? Oh, it's just Xaxes anyway. Wow. That felt bad. I drew land before this too. There's the rights. We would have hit it off this pieces, but that was like multiple turns away. Oh man, that hurt. That hurt. I think I made the mistake because I was like going for the win. But if I just said, okay, I'm gonna hold this counterspell unless they play like a Journey or a Pyroblast, I would have been in much better shape. Damn. 1 and 2 now. Let's go round 4. Gotta shake that one off. That one hurt. I like just thought I had the win in the bag. Like it just felt like so certain, you know? All right, I'll keep. Turn 1 Thought Scour, turn 2 Counterspell, maybe turn 3 pieces, maybe a cast down somewhere. Keep this. Really cannot believe we lost that last one. That was insane. Also, I just chose to mill the Right of Consumption. I could have just Thought Scoured them. I should have known that that was a key card as well. Just kicking myself basically. Double Ice Tunnel. Probably want to leave up counter here. Rather than leave up cast down or play Ice Tunnel. Raise the alarm? I was not expecting that. This is just like mono white, kind of like soldiers. That's probably what it is. Raven and planes. Raven. Okay, it's just maybe it could just be red white with a weird hand and a weird deck. Not really sure, to be honest. I don't need I mean, I can just tap 3 mana, put a 5/5 into play, or I can play pieces of the puzzle. I think just playing an Angler is best. Turn 1 Thought Scour, turn 2 Counterspell, turn 3 Angler. I mean, that's a pretty good curve. And then just have a bunch of gas left over. If I draw a land, I can pieces. No, I can't pieces into Angler. Okay, I just don't know what the opponent's on. Just mono white weenies, I guess. Okay. I'm just not going to attack. Just gonna play pieces. Set up for next turn. Maybe be able to go Angler plus curve, or just at least Angler next turn. I think I like Mental Note curve rather than just cast down like a random dork that doesn't matter. Rather just start getting big stuff. If they play like a creature that actually matters, I can cast down it. If I find Fumes, that'll be good. I only have one in the deck though. I mean, they can attack with everything if they want to hit for 4, but they lose the Thraben for that. If they find Journey, okay, another Thraben. I wonder if they have like white creatures you control get +2/+2 for 3 mana. That's a thing, right? On my turn, I'm going to plan to just go Mental Note, Gurmag Angler, leave up counter. Oh, wow. Is this the make 3/1/1s with flying? Convoke for 6 mana? I think it is. Should tap a plains. Yeah. So it's just mono white tokens, basically, is what they're on. So I basically need to find Fumes. I can start attacking though, because I'm going to play another Angler. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Curve is not that big yet, but I could play Angler plus Curve here. I mean, it's probably big enough. But I can also leave up counter, which might just be better. Yeah. So let's go. Mental Note. I think I hear the dog. What's up, dude? Oh, there's Snuff Out. Interesting. Let's go play land, play Angler. Suppose I just tap like this. And then I will attack with Angler. Even just on 2 mana, they've actually been able to do a lot. But I need to start attacking, I think. So that's my only right of consumption. So I have to just get through all their stuff. And I'm still at 18. They have like Rasmonian Rally plus like another pump spell. I'm gonna die probably, but sure. I get to bring in 2 more copies of Fumes, which should be pretty great. Journey to Nowhere. I'll counter it. Rasmonian Rally would be a ton of damage here. I'm planning to not snuff out. Okay. They're trying to race. They're trying to race me? They're at 16. Oh, they gained 1 from this. Makes sense. I'm at 10. So I can attack with both. Play Thought Scour Curve. I think that's what I want to do. I'm not winning like a long game. I don't have a right of consumption anymore. Just Thought Scour, see what I draw. This Snuff Out is pretty terrible. This is a matchup where Fangs might actually be worth. Just bringing the right and the 2 Fangs. Just try to make a huge life linker. Pieces of the puzzle and mill Snuff Out counter. Let's just attack. They've only drawn 2 lands. They have 2 cards in hand. They're going to 6. Play a 12/12, which doesn't. I mean, it matters because it's a lethal threat, but they can attack for 3 in the air. They just might want to Snuff Out, but most likely I do not. Maybe I should have taken out a flyer last turn, but that's just scary because then I'm at 6. All right, they're just attacking with the flyers. Oh no, what? They should. They need to stay back to block. Okay, so I get hit for 4. Are they going to play a spell? No. And I'm at 6. Thought Scour. I cannot pieces and cast Fumes this turn. I could attack with just Fractal, then they just chump with just Thraben. I'm at 6, so I'm taking 3, so I have to be able to block 3 things, but if I attack with everything, they can take 1, block 2 things. So if I attack with, they have to block Fractal, and then they have to block. If I attack with both, they have to block 1 Gurmag. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to attack with everything. They're going to have to block all of them. And then they're only not, they have to block 2 things, and then I can play another creature for them to only be able to hit me for 5. Okay, they're just going block, block, block. They go to 7, sure. I also have a cast down. I don't know if it's that relevant. I could also draw Fumes right here. Just a curve and a Chainer's Edict that we milled. All right. Play a snake, and then just hope they don't have removal, basically. I guess they chumped with everything, so they don't have lethal. Oh, they just crack Clue? Sure. Okay, we have big stuff. We could certainly die to any, like, Anthem effect. I feel like they have the white creatures you control get +2/+2. Yeah, they're casting it. Guardian's Pledge. Brutal. Please not let me. Please don't let me lose to this deck. Oh man. All right. I can keep some number of cast down potentially. Let's see. I think I want all of these. These ones over here is like what's considering to come out, and these are considering to come in. Do I just leave in triple cast down just to like remove blockers? Snuff Out is obviously bad. Cast down's obviously not great either. I could just bring in Negate. I like it. I don't think Relic does anything against them. I could also bring in Dispel to counter their anthems. Maybe I just do that. Maybe it's that important. I have to look up Rasmonian Rally, as funny as that is, because I think that deck plays it. I think I spelled it wrong here. Is it not Rasmonian Rally? see if I can find the card. Is that not what the card's called? Oh yeah, here it is. Oh, Ramosian. Ramosian, not Rasmonian. So it is an instant. So this is the card I'm thinking of. They often have like 3 copies of it or so in that deck. Can't believe I know. It's like it's almost like too much that I know what's in that deck. That's like crazy. Okay, let's try this. I mean, a Gurmag with an unexpected fangs on it seems pretty good. Yeah, sure. Fumes, Preordain, Curve, plus right. Just lead Ice Tunnel. I can Preordain next turn. Rather just get my tap land down, honestly. I mean, there's also almost no chance they don't have like Anthem effects that are permanent, like we saw the Boros opponent have. But please don't let me lose this match. I'm just going to concede my life if that's the case. Pieces of the puzzle. I mean, I feel like it's fine, right? It makes my snake a lot bigger. I kind of want a land as well. It's a tap land, though. Why don't I just go bottom, top? Then I'll just brainstorm later. Brainstorm at the end of their turn, probably. Can put spells back if I want to hit off pieces, but we'll see. We'll just see what the brainstorm is. There's only going to be 1 card on top because I'm going to draw 1 naturally for turn. Yep, there's the field. Okay. Figured they'd have like, you know, they have to bring in a bunch of these every time. So they hit for 1. Okay. So I think I need to just put island second to just pieces past the island. Yeah. Okay. Just gonna slam pieces of the puzzle here. All right, now I think I take pieces of the puzzle plus Serpentine Curve. I can take Preordain and just bin a curve and just try to get up to like a bigger snake plus rights. But I think taking a second snake is safer. So I'll just take the clunky draw here. The Lumathread field is really annoying. They're playing out step. I mean, they're probably land late. Hawk, okay. It's a 1/2 hawk though, it's scary. I wonder if this deck just doesn't need pieces of the puzzle. What if you just play Frantic Inventory instead of pieces of the puzzle? That honestly might be better. Because I had to tap out for it here and it cost me huge. But what if I just played Frantic Inventory instead and just kind of like more of a tap, more of like a control deck without tapping out? This card is just so good at fueling this card and just being a divination where you draw 2 spells every time. Just has so much synergy with the deck. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I can play a 5/5. It's honestly not bad. Alternatively, I can just play a pieces of the puzzle. I think I'm just gonna play a 5/5. It just blocks, it starts attacking, puts pressure on them, gets their life total down. They have 2 hawks in hand, maybe 3. Maybe they had another one because they only hawked up to 6 cards last turn. If they don't have lands, it could be because they were scared and they don't want to have to discard potentially, but I don't know if that makes sense. Battle Screech. Oh god. Flashback Screech. And I definitely have to leave up Counterspell next turn for Guardian's Pledge. I'm just getting crushed here. Didn't counter this. Because on turn 2 I played Preordain. Did I have Counterspell at that point? I mean, I didn't think they were going to play this that early, but I mean, I guess it makes sense. They need to kind of take a turn off to play it. Just going to play pieces of the puzzle here. Plan pieces of the puzzle. I need to find another Fumes to be able to double Fumes. Oh, okay. There's Unexpected Fangs. Do I just play that now and have a 6/6 lifelink? Or do I leave up counter? Definitely taking Fangs. And I guess Thought Scour, so I can just do that. Do I go for it right now? They have to basically have Journey. I feel like it's safer to go for it next turn. Right? I mean, also just gain 6 here, and then if they just Journey my Snake, is it fine? Can they beat a 6/6 lifelink? Maybe, especially if they just kill it on this turn. I'm just not going to do it. And I go up to 23, and then if they get +3, +2, +2, they hit for a lot. 12, 15, 18 damage. But then I get to gain another 6, have Counterspell up. I think I'd rather just have Counterspell up here, honestly. I can Fangs next turn with counter up. Maybe I just play it too safe in general with this deck, but who knows? Okay. Yeah, I mean, gaining 6 there was definitely relevant. At the end of their turn, do I go for Fangs? They just play another Hawk. Obviously, I'm going to let it resolve. I could also Thought Scour myself. Okay, so we know they probably have 2 Hawks left in hand. Is there anything that can get me if I just Fangs this? At instant speed, deal with this from white? I guess they could have Mana Tithe, but that's going pretty deep. Could also just Thought Scour, like I said. This is weird. I just didn't want to get journeyed, basically. Just show me what you have that can blow me out here. Pieces of the puzzle. All right, let's attack for 6 lifelink. Definitely leaving up counter again instead of playing a snake. Could have been at 6 more life, yes, but then they might have also just gone tap out for journey, like slam it. I think I'm gonna just pieces here. Again, because if I find fumes, that's huge. Raise the alarm. Yeah, I have to just hold counter up for again for a anthem. I guess they could have multiple anthems like Rasmonian Rally plus something, but I don't think that's enough. Let's just take pieces plus Thought Scour. Hopefully I didn't punt this game. They're at 9, so next turn I can win with curve. So I have to just not die this turn. And I have Counterspell up. So they have to have, let's see, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if they have Guardian's Pledge plus Rasmonian Rally, they need land plus both of those. Otherwise, I can just go play Curve, play Rite of Consumption, kill you. They basically need a Lumithread field next game because I have 3 copies of Fumes. I think that's just like an incredibly good matchup for me. The only downside in this matchup is they have a lot of things to just chump block my snake. But I think just with so many Fumes, it's just really good. I can just let this resolve because I'm just going to go Curve plus Right. And I don't think there's anything they can do, but might as well counter it. Is there any way I die? They've already dealt damage. If they played this main one, I would have just let it resolve. They play another one. Okay. Well, again, they're just dead. You can also use Fumes to just fog when they have a bunch of 1-power things. So don't forget about that aspect of Fumes. I'll just play it correctly. I'll attack. They'll block. And then I'll just go play Curve, play Right. They might have had the journey this whole time, so maybe playing the end of turn Fangs was worth it. And Fangs kind of like bridged the gap and allowed us to win this game. All right. Opponent playing pretty slow here. But they might just be a newer player, especially on that deck. But I mean, maybe not. Maybe they just, this is their rate of play. Rite of Consumption, you sack this. Okay. Whew. Going game 3 against mono white tokens. All the cast down, snuff outs, and edicts are just sitting there in the woods. Pretty funny. We even have the dispels in the deck. Maybe that's just not good. But I mean, cast down is like always going to be like a 2-for-1 from their side, basically. And dispel can counter their 2 anthems. Wonder if they even side out some of their anthems though. Is cast down better than dispel? I feel like being able to counter an anthem for 1 is just really nice. Please don't let me lose this game. It's a fun thing in Magic to fuck with your friends and just say, what's like the worst cards, like what's the worst card you've ever lost to, and just make fun of them for losing to that card, basically. Okay, I'm gonna mulligan this. I know we have a Fumes, but I don't want to risk just not functioning, so I'm just gonna mull. All right, let's keep. I have to put back a card. I can just put back a Curve. I can find a Curve later when I want it. I can put back a Rite of Consumption, actually. It is pretty good in this matchup, though. It's easier to find a Curve than a Rite, though. And Rite's also decent with Angler. I'm just gonna... I only have 2 Rite of Consumption in the deck, but I have 4 Curve. So I'd rather just wait and find another Curve. Okay. Just gonna lead Ice Tunnel here. Now do I preordain? Now I'll just preordain. I'll bottom this Gurmag, top the island. See if they play Lumithread Field. Am I saying that card right? Lumithread? Just gonna slam it if they have it. Hawk. Okay. Just going Ice Tunnel plus Thought Scour myself. They're curving out here. They're going to get 3 hawks most likely. Hopefully they had... This card is like obviously really good. It's always good, but when you draw 2 of them in your hand, or like let's say you keep one, you have 1 in your opening 7, and then for your first draw step you draw a hawk, it's such a bad feeling because then when you play your first one, you can only get 2, which might be what's happened to them right here, and it's just such a bad feeling. Okay, let's go. I guess there is a reason to Thought Scour now because maybe there's a blue spell I want to play. Maybe, probably won't do that. All right, there's Fangs. Fangs plus Angler is a good combo here. Do I just tap out for Gurmag next turn, or do I play Pieces first? I think I actually play Pieces first because then I can find like a negate or a counterspell, and then I can play Gurmag with counter up. Saves 1 damage because I'm able to block this, but Bone Splitter. Okay. They have 4 cards in hand. There's Ash Barrens. So getting Angler down is good, but if they have Journey, then I'm kind of crushed, honestly. I think I can take some damage here. Let's just go Pieces. Okay, well, they're going to know about it, but I'm going to take it. Do I also take Mental Note, or do I take Preordain? Probably Preordain. So if they don't have Lumithread Fields, if they didn't naturally draw it, they cannot commit any more 1 toughness creatures to the board. I'm putting them on having 2 more hawks in hand. So do they have it? Here's Relic. Okay, well, they can keep me off Angler for now, but they have to pop. And then even then, I can just play an Angler. Do I need to Fumes first? Would be nice to just get Angler down, but I'm taking kind of a lot of damage already. I feel like getting Angler down here is good, but I don't even have a counterspell yet. Let's just Preordain. I mean, they could even have a Rasmonian Rally to protect their team. Why? Oh, I can just play Angler and have Fumes up. All right, well, oh no, I can't because I can't do that because I don't have double black. That would have been nice. Right, let's lead on Preordain. If I find Counterspell, okay, nice. Let's go bottom, top. Now I think I go Island, Angler, get around Pesky Relic. And then they can re-equip, hit for 5 in the air, sure. But then I can Unexpected Fangs this. Raise the alarm? Well now, oh no, I can't Fumes. So I need to just let this resolve. Again, I'm going to get whacked for some damage here, but I have a counterspell. Let's see what they do. We know they have 2 hawks in hand. So, well, we think they have 2. We're pretty sure they have 2 hawks in hand. So they probably only have 1 other card. I mean, I feel like I'm in a great position because I can just counter any Anthem. And next turn I can even go Fumes with Counterspell up. Like if they just hit for 4. Okay, they're hitting with all these. Do I block Cat? 3, 4, 5, 6. Go to 6. I'm just thinking if I want to block Cat, are they going to Embalm it this turn? I feel like no. I'm just going to block Cat. Not sure. Maybe blocking Soldier's correct. All right, I'm at 6, but I think I'm in actually a good spot. They have another land, and I'm putting them on 2 hawks in hand. Oh, don't play them. Yeah, I think our opponent might just be a newer player. I mean, their deck is a good deck to learn on because you can kind of just commit usually, but they should definitely not play that hawk. All right. I guess I just cycle Ash Barrens here against my better judgment, but I don't think there's any instant they can really have. All right, now let's go play Swamp. Play Fumes right now, then attack for 5. Do I need to play Fumes right now? I mean, I guess they get a free chump with this Squadron Hawk. Can wait till they attack. I guess there's no real difference. Let's just cast this now. Their last card has to be Hawk, right? There's no way they just didn't get Hawk every time. I mean, maybe I even just go for Unexpected Fangs because I can kind of assume their last card is Hawk. I think I'm actually just going to do it. Then I go back up to 12. Then even if they have Journey, I can like likely just get out of this because I'm at a reasonable life total, which is also why I didn't. And then why I did it. And then I still have a counter spell. Okay, they found it. Wonder if they sided out a Hawk. Can that ever be correct? I don't think so. I think you generally like want 4 or 0. They embalm Cat. I mean, again, maybe I just didn't need to do that because I could have just given it lifelink next turn with counterspell up. So now I'm kind of playing off the top, and they have a 3/1 lifelink. Pieces of the puzzle. Might even just lead on Mental Note. Mill land. Right, let's find a curve now. We didn't, but we found Fumes, and I think I'm going to take Brainstorm rather than Dispel. All right, pass. I can take a hit for 3. But yeah, maybe playing the... I mean, I was putting them on Hawk as their last card. Like, did they really only have 3? Also, they're just never popping Relic. All right, I go to 9. Could end up turn Brainstorm, but I'd rather draw another card first. Untap Brainstorm. Okay. Can put back land, preordain those away. And then I can still Angler with counter up. Should be pretty solid. Not popping Relic at any point here. Just kind of weird, but sure. I have Fumes up, I have counter up. I mean, again, maybe their last card was not Hawk. Like, why would they just never play one here? Doesn't make sense. 26 cards left in library. There's the Hawk? What is happening? Yeah, it resolves. I think I'm just going to play a Fumes here, most likely. I mean, I guess I'll wait till end of turn so that I can't get journeyed. Yeah, Journey being a sorcery is pretty rough for them. If they attack, that's bold, yeah. Do I just end of turn Fumes? I think so. Preordain. We're pretty close to just being able to find SNEK plus right of consumption here, which we basically do find. I don't have enough mana to do it this turn because I can only draw one of these cards. So let's just go bottom, top, fangs, attack for 6, then I'll mental note myself. Then next turn I can curve plus red of consumption. Guess I can mental note now. I don't see why not. I guess I could have played around mana type. Okay. Pass. I knew these fangs would be solid. Cat resolves. I don't want to count how many spells I have. I probably should, but I'm just not going to. I'm just going to play my curve. Just going to go in. Is it going to be a 17/17 or bigger? We have 27 cards in Library and Exile. It might not be. All right. Should I count? All right, I'll count. I take it back. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So hard to count on these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Shouldn't have counted. Opponent probably thinks I'm slow rolling them. Oh, they could have mana tithe. They pop relic. Okay, well, that doesn't actually work. Maybe they thought it works, but obviously this just counts cards in exile as well. I think that's what they were thinking it would do, but yeah, it doesn't this counts cards that are in exile, so just combo them. Whew. That was too close for comfort. All right, let's go for the 3-2. I feel like I might have been able to beat Mana and Van Herk. Bark just like had us, crushed us. But the deck feels fine. I mean, deck feels totally reasonable. Again, I think I like the blue-red version. I think Fling actually matters a lot, being an instant, and I like Bolt Scred better than like Snuff Out Cast Down, especially in these decks. The 1 mana removal is really nice. So see you in round 5 here. Let's go. Round 5, 2-2 after a Heartstopper against mono white tokens. Would you like to play first? Yes. Okay. Clunky hand, but powerful. We have Mental Note, Gurmag. We have double pieces, so any land we draw, we kind of just like go off for our deck. Slivers, huh? All right, let's preordain because I can find an island here, which would be nice. We do. I want another land. It's actually good, right? Well, I have to mental note it though. All right, well, it doesn't make sense then. Just go bottom, top, mental note, because I'd rather just mill spells at that point. Yeah. Okay, nice. I mean, they might be coming out of the gate too fast with a good draw here. I can just play a Gurmag Angler, slow them down. It would have been interesting to try to go pieces of the puzzle, try to hit Snuff Out. They said third person out of 4 to be running UB this league. LOL. I mean, sure, but this is not. I'm going to say this. I'm going to say I bet none of their opponents were on this list. I think I want to just be able to cast down, like, maybe I cast down this even, because they can't even do anything on this board, right? Cast down this now. They have 2 mana that they didn't even spend, though. I guess they could have, like, Lead the Stampede and stuff. I don't want to give them a bunch of free mana. This makes so much mana. The awards are pretty annoying too, but I think the Gem Hide is scarier. Also, it can unlock other colors for them. I think this should be a decent matchup for us because they said, bro, I'm honestly just tired of snuff outs and cast downs. Well, I mean, probably shouldn't play that deck then, bro. If you don't want to get snuff out and cast down, I wouldn't play that deck. I just so want a Pieces of the Puzzle reveal 2 snuff outs. That would be just so great. Yeah, they just don't attack. Nice. Okay, let's go. Pieces. I do want to make a bigger snake so I can actually just kill them. Wow. We just hit 4 of a kind. I mean, I guess I'm just taking Serpentine Curve and Thought Scour. And then I can just Thought Scour right now because why not? I don't really have another spell to play anyway. Thought Scour me. I still have Snuff Out available. And Chainer's Edict, nice. I don't think there's any rush on Snuff Out here. It's like, yeah, a lot of people have Cast Down and Snuff Out because that's like some of the best removal spells in the format. Nice. You love to see it. You love to see it. Okay. I have 5 mana total. I mean, I can just go Pieces of the Puzzle plus Chainer's Edict and then snuff out like their remaining creatures. Seems pretty good. I mean, playing a massive snake also seems pretty good. It's going to win relatively quick. I think I'll just start by attacking and then play a snake and leave up double snuff out. And they're going to be pissed. I only have 1 infect right now from this, so I'm not worried about that. I'm going to attack here, though. Is the opponent just about to salt off in the chat? Cycle? Sure. Are they just straight green-white slivers with Ash Barrens? I thought they don't usually play Ash Barrens, but maybe opponent's just doing it. Okay, make a 12-12. Go ahead. Predatory Sliver. If they send, this is just not going to end well for them. Play Predatory Sliver, concede. 12-12 too much. That Piece of the Puzzle reveal 4 of a kind quad Thought Scour was pretty sick. All right, let's go. Unexpected Fangs, Rite of Consumption, Chainer's Edict. All seems good. It's a lot of things to bring in. I mean, everything, like, already my regular build was good. All right, Fumes can come out. I know it can nab some stuff, but mostly they have like 2 toughness things and their toughness gets pumped by a lot of their creatures. I could even side out like Brainstorms because I don't necessarily have time to be like manipulating my library as much, but Mental Note and Thought Scour allow me to play fast Gurmags, which as we saw in game 1 was pretty nice. I can also side out like a couple copies of Pieces of the Puzzle and just have like infinite removal spells, and like Gurmag with Unexpected Fangs is decent and Curve with Fangs is just great. I think I do want double Rite of Consumption as well because it's a good way to just win a turn faster. Mostly I just want to cast down and the snuff out, like they said. It was just so funny when I was like, when they're complaining about snuff out and cast down, and then I just drew snuff out. Love it. You love to see it. All right. Triple Thought Scour hand, sure. No one drop, nice. There's Angler Boy. We have a turn 2 Angler now. Sweet. Turn 1 Mental Note, turn 2 Mental Note, Swamp Angler. This is our second turn 2 Angler of the league. I guess you need Island, Swamp, Angler, 2 Thought Scours. It's a lot of things that you need. They're snuffed out. I think I'm going to snuff out now so I can play around vines. So funny, honestly. They're going to be pissed. They're going to like concede to this. I'm going to Angler first. That's such a good turn, too. Play a 5/5 and play essentially a 0 mana Doomblade. Okay, they're in this. They're in this. I have nothing left. There's a Fangs. I guess I can go cycle first to thin. Is that worth? I think it actually is. I'm probably not going to play another spell most likely this turn anyway. I'm very likely just to play Ice Tunnel. Oh, misclick. I tried to click Ice Tunnel. I mean, I have nothing left now. That was still a sick turn too, though. Okay, they do have Mountain. All slivers have Frenzy. I don't even remember what Frenzy does, to be honest. Winding Way. They only hit one. That sucks. Okay, so we know Virulent Sliver in their hand and 2 blanks. Mental Note. Thought Scour ourselves. There's a Gurmag. Let's just run it out. They need another journey, basically. Winding Way. They should have played. You should play that first. They can't find their journeys as well. Rite of Consumption. Okay. Let's just go, I guess, attack first, and then Fangs. They might have 4 journeys. It's definitely possible. We do not have the win next turn, but we do have a 6/6 lifelink. Lead the Stampede, okay. How many did they hit this time? Oh, do they also have Sinew in hand? They didn't want to cast it? Okay. That's interesting. I mean, yeah, I'm crushed here. I need to basically draw SNEK. How many have I milled? Just one. These actually do not have attacks. Opponent going off. They don't have attacks yet. Oh, they have another Muscle Sliver? Now they definitely have attacks. Jeez. Okay. Well, am I just dead? And oh, they don't have the flanking sliver, right? So I can block. I have a 6/6. So they just want to hit for poisonous 4 to be able to kill next turn. They do not have the flanking sliver. Yeah. Okay. So SNEK off the top for the win. So I go up to 4 infect. Counterspell. It's not going to do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm taking 6. Gonna lose here. Come on, opponent. See if they just send with everything, I guess. If they do, I'm dead. I think people did not used to play Gemhide Sliver in that deck, but I think they definitely should. As we saw, in conjunction with Lead the Stampede and Winding Way, it really allows you to like explode. All right, if I had anything, I'd be okay, but I don't. So I lose by infect here. Damn. Oh no, and damage, both ways. Double kill. All right, that was a sick turn too, but then we just drew all lands after that. I think going down to 2 pieces of the puzzle is totally fine. Finding out the brainstorms, yeah. I also had outs to win. I just needed a curve. I'm gonna mulligan this. Just no removal spells. Okay, this is like infinitely better. I can just even put back a land. Don't really need lands. They're on a mulligan to 6 as well. That deck actually mulligans a lot and doesn't mulligan that well. I guess I'll just wait on cracking it. They have the 1-drop, they do. Well, I'm just gonna Chainer's Edict that. It's not like Chainer's Edict is getting better. Thought I was gonna just crush that last game. I'll probably just kill this now. Preordain, Thought Scour, and Edict. Let's draw the Edict and play it, and then draw the Thought Scour. Seems great to be able to save the Snuff out. If we win this game, Sulk incoming from the opponent. Sidewinder in plus Virulent. Okay. Don't want to exile my Chainers if I can help it. Let's go Thought Scour myself. 7 cards in Yard. Let's Thought Scour myself again. Let's go. There's a mental note. It's Gurmag. Pass. Remember that we do have Snuff Out up. They had a forest up, so they could have vines. There's a gem hide. Okay, I'm gonna kill that for sure. I'll wait till my turn though. Serpentine Curve. Let's go cast Mental Note. Another Angler. Not bad. Let's attack. Should be on the Angler team here. Just, yeah, Mental Note, Thought Scour plus Angler.deck is not bad. Then if I'm ever able to follow it up with a curve here, it's just pretty good. I feel like I should kill Gemhide though. They only have 1 card left. Interesting. Do I just kill this now? Do they have like a red card I care about? I could just wait for like killing lords. I'm gonna wait. Just them only having 1 card. If they have Lead the Stampede, it's bad, but otherwise, I think it's good to wait. Yeah. I'm just gonna attack with both and then obviously leave up Snuff Out. Okay, nice. Attack with both, play a huge snake. Still have Snuff Out up this whole game. Their last card could be Vines. Oh, Prismatic Strands. So then they're gonna name black, and then they're gonna triple block 1, and then I go for cast down on Sinew Sliver, and then they just don't get to kill an Angler basically. Or Snuff Out, I mean, not cast down. So yeah, now they triple block 1. Then I Snuff Out a Sinew Sliver. They have 0 cards left. My board is pretty massive. They could always draw like Lead the Stampede or something. Doesn't matter. Snuff Out one of the best cards in Pauper. That's why it's like 10 tickets or whatever it is. Save my Gurmag. Their creatures don't die because of strands. Then go land Serpentine Curve. Pretty sweet. Make a 13-13. They top deck Winding Way. They hit 0 creatures. Oh, they hit 1. They hit 1. But they're boarding in like relics and stuff. Can't be good. They have 0 cards in hand, strands in the yard. Just going to attack with everything. Probably just leave up Counterspell rather than playing another Angler. Or I can just counter the strands. Do I? Then I still get to play Angler? Sure. I've gotten some shit Winding Way hits. That's true. But I mean, they also cited in they hit another strands? I didn't even realize. Okay, well, is what it is. I still get to play another Angler. And they can't name from both of these things, but I did predict the Salt incoming. So they named Black, but then they chump a Fractal. And we got through both of their strands at least. I forgot Winding Way dumped it into the yard. I didn't look closely enough. Oh, they're just going to 2? They also topped deck Winding Way on the first draw. Not a bad board state. Nice. Beat Slivers, got the 3-2. So, I mean, the deck felt fine. Like, in that last match, like, yeah, we even lost game 2 when we went, like, turn 2 Angler plus Snuff Out, because we didn't really draw much after that. But, like, game 3 was pretty sick. We were just playing a bunch of Mental Notes and Thought Scours and Anglers. That was a pretty good showing of the deck. Again, moving forward, one option would be to cut pieces of the puzzle and play Frantic Inventory. Another option would be to like cut either like Mental Notes and play Frantic Inventories as well. But I like the 4 Mental Note, 4 Thought Scour, 4 Angler plan. Like that gives the deck another another Angler of attack. So yeah, it seems pretty sweet. I mean, honestly, the list for what it was felt good. I think I do like the blue-red version better overall. Again, not only do I like Bolt and Scred better in most scenarios, Snuff Out was incredible, but getting access to Pyroblast post-board is probably the biggest difference between blue-red and blue-black. I know like some people said they built Grixis curve decks, but I don't think you want to stretch the mana that thin. You want to like really be able to like consistently cast like your cheap 1 mana spells, but I like this deck actually a lot. Another angle you could do, another angler that you could go in this deck would be to just play what's that card? Augur of Bolas. So that's another option. I'm even considering like playing Augur of Bolas in blue-red curve just because it's a really good card. It's like a good roadblock, and it's like you have such a high probability to hit. It just seems pretty great. But then at what point, like, okay, I have Augur. Should I play like Ninja and Spellstutter, and then should I be blue-red Fae? So it's like it's a tight line to balance. But I like this list. I don't really know what changes I would want moving forward. Maybe there's other cards in the sideboard that I could have, but sideboard felt fine. And main deck honestly felt pretty good for being the first run with the deck. Again, Frantic Inventory is a card I kind of wanted. I wanted more card advantage, but I'm not sure where to cut it. I guess I could go down like a Cast Down, Brainstorm, and then like one other card, like 1 Mental Note, play 7 or something, or 3, go down to 3 Anglers. That could be correct. Go down to 3 Anglers and then make those cuts that I just said, play 4 Frantic Inventory. That's interesting, but I like the deck a lot. Should give it a try. Let me know if you like blue-red or blue-black better. But my channel, youtube.com/snapbolt. Check it out. Subscribe to my channel. Like this video. Thanks so much for watching. Till next time. Peace.